with a couple one time, and they came in, and she was pretty feisty, and he was pretty quiet. And I said, "What brings you here?" And she said, "Well, we got to talk about these household tasks. I'm doing everything, and he's doing nothing." And I said, "Really? So you sat down and you made a contract of who was going to do what?" And she said, "Yes." And he's going, I said, "Interesting. So you think, wife, that you have made a contract?" And she says, "Yes, I told him he needed to pick up the kids after school, and I told him he needed to do the laundry on Saturdays, and I told him he needed to visit his mother on Sunday, and I told him, etc., etc., etc." The list seemed to go on forever. And I said, "Okay, so you were clear about what you wanted." I said, "And what did he say in return?" And she looked stunned. I said, "A transaction is when there is a sender and a receiver. So you sent the message, here's what I want. What was his message back to you?" And he smiled. And she says, "Well, I don't remember what he said." But she said, "I told him." And I said, "Well, in TA, I told him is not a transaction. I told him is a lecture. And he did not agree to any of this. So let's work on that list right here, right now, and let's negotiate adult to adult what it is you want done and if he will agree to do it. And then vice versa. What is it that he wants done that you can do for him, and let's see if we can come to an agreement upon that." I said, "That's a good contract. When you talk adult to adult and not parent to child, I told him, I told him, I told him." One of the most significant tools I think that TA provides couples is that they get into the habit of talking parent to child to their spouse. And usually that results in either the spouse going rebellious or they go adapted. And they just say, and they don't do it. And in this case, the husband was adapted. So think about the transactions that you've had. Think about the ones that have gone well. And then think about the ones where something went off the rails. And we'll analyze that transaction going forward, and we'll see what ego states were involved and how perhaps things could be said and done differently to get a better outcome. That's what we do in transactional analysis.